Do you believe content creator must speak up about social issues? Peace everyone, it's your girl Amira. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to this new video. Oh my god, first things first. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy 2026. Wishing you all the best ever. I hope your 2025 ended on a beautiful note. I hope you achieved all of your goals and that 2026 is starting with a lot of energy and positivity. I know mine is starting really, really well. We are finally more than 1,000 subscribers. Woo! It took 2 years, but thank God we finally achieved it. I am so happy. I am so thankful for you guys. There's a lot of new people on this channel. And by the way, hi, nice to meet you. My name is Amira. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for joining this little adventure, this crazy adventure that is YouTube. I truly appreciate you and I thank you for your support. It's been a bit of time since I posted any video, long format anyways, here on this channel. And I promise I have an explanation for those who have been following me for longer and are demanding explanations. The explanations are coming. Anyways, all of this sort of gave me the idea to do a little Q&A, a little introduction, so we can sort of catch up with what happened the past couple of months, and for the new ones that joined us in this team to sort of get to know each other. I asked you on my Instagram and on my TikTok to send in questions, and a lot of you did. I was really surprised, to be honest with you. I was not expecting that number of questions. I even sent, like, you know, my friend, I was like, oh, please ask me a question, something interesting that you would like me to speak on YouTube, and they did. But at the same time, you guys sent like a ton of questions, so I'm really happy and grateful. So yeah, I thought we could do this together. I'm gonna get ready as well. It feels like a bit 2016 YouTube. I'm gonna get ready, I'm gonna put on some makeup, and I'm gonna answer questions at the same time. I think it's gonna be fun. It's a little bit nostalgic. I wanted to start 2026 on something like that, where we sort of state our intention, get to know each other, and hopefully we'll have the best year ever. I did a new intro. For those who are new on this channel, this is a new intro. It used to be just like, you know, a transparent intro saying welcome to Amira's journey, but I wanted to like add a little nostalgia TV show sort of feel. And I think every year I'm gonna modify it. This little intro is a representation of the past 2 years, little adventures that I did here and there. And I think at the end of every year, I'm gonna update it. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm having my little tea here with me, so sometimes I might, you know, pause and drink. I do apologize. I'm feeling like that I might probably get sick, so I'm trying as much as possible to prevent that by having a hot tea to help, you know, with honey and stuff to help with the throat. Mint tea is amazing, it's incredible. It's not like, you know, the North African way of doing the mint tea, but it is mint tea for now, and that's okay, I accept it. I have divided today's Q&A in sort of 3 sections, and you're sort of gonna understand how the section works. But before we go any further, I think the main question that everybody wants me to answer is to explain myself, where I have been. Thankfully, I did receive that question in the Q&A. I was gonna address it anyways. Where have you been? Missed you on YouTube. When I saw where have you been, I heard Mrs. Weasley. You know, when she's like, where have you been?
Where have you been?
To the twins. I know it's not as aggressive as Mrs. Weasley. For me, that's what I heard anyways. It was funny. So where have I been? Let's just talk about the elephant in the room. And I'm gonna start on my makeup because I feel like I'm gonna forget, and that's gonna make this video way longer. I already did my skincare. I'm gonna start with the Say High Luminous whatever, that thing that I love. It's one of the best thing I've ever purchased, and this is my winter shade. Where have I been? The last video that I posted, I believe, was in October, and that was the 75 days to change. We didn't get to that, but yeah, that's gonna be a conversation for another video. Just after I posted that video, I got really busy with work. At work, I received information that I was going on a 20-day long training. At my job specifically, if I want to advance, I need to do like these sort of internal training. And to be honest, it wasn't necessarily in my plan, and it was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. It was from 8 to 4 every day, and it needed you to sort of study basically the same amount of hours at home. It was really, really difficult. It was really heavy. I did not have any social life. I did not have family life, nothing. And at the end of the training, you were supposed to get an exam. I was so stressed. I was so anxious. I could not eat properly. I could not sleep properly. Basically, for 20 days, I was a zombie. I was the shadow of myself. Once that happened, we had a family emergency back in Algeria. So one of my parents had to leave. That sort of switched everything a little bit. Having grandparents or older family members in Algeria while you're here in Canada is pretty difficult. The distance is really not easy because, you know, if something happened, God forbid, you're 7.5 hours away. If you're lucky, you can get the plane the day of, which we don't have planes every day to Algeria from Montreal. It could take up to 30 hours. So emotionally, that has been also a bit of a roller coaster. Also, there was a lot of medical appointments that were happening. It's like every end of the year. It's a cycle for me, unfortunately. I'm taking this concealer from Tower 28. It's the DTLA. That's the shade. It's incredible. I really, really love it. It's one of the best I've ever used. And you guys know that I have 2 cats, Snow and Donut, and you see Snow often on this channel. You do not see Donut because Donut does not like to be seen. I mean, he only likes my dad and my and my brothers. He's been in the house for like 9-10 years, but unfortunately he has been sick for a long time. And you saw 2 years ago we had a medical emergency. I had to take him to the vet like at midnight, and even though he has been feeling really better lately, unfortunately he did pass away. So that was also something that I had to deal with and sort of adjust to. The reality is there was a lot of like things happening to me from October to December, back to back to back, that were really, really stressful. I tried to be as present with you guys as I can. I did film some reels and TikTok and stuff because they were easy to do, but I was literally exhausted. My body was exhausted. So basically that's why I took some time for myself, because I really wanted to come back to you guys with energy, positivity, and be true to you guys. I want to be transparent. Didn't want to sort of play pretend that I am happy, go lucky, whatever. So now the first question after the Mrs. Weasley one is, are you single? This one comes really, really often. Like, why? Are you interested? What's going on? Do you have someone to present to me? Like, what is this? Yes, I am. I am single. Not sure if I am ready to mingle, to be honest with you. I used to say it a lot in the past, but I don't think that's the truth anymore because you guys are scary. Men are scary. Coffee or tea? Such a difficult question to answer. Guess. I am a tea person, although I do like the taste of coffee. So delicious. Another like random question is, what's your zodiac sign? I don't believe in that. You know my birthday, so I guess you can sort of figure that out. What's your favorite book of all time? Used to answer The Book Thief. I really, really loved, or still love, The Book Thief. It's one of the best books I've ever read, and I found it really interesting, so well written. But I don't think I have a favorite book of all time. Since I am someone that came back from a huge reading slump of like 8 years, I'm sort of rediscovering books again. And in the sort of same vein, oh, by the way, I'm so bad at this, but this is the Makeup Forever like makeup palette. I love her so much. I've been using her. I went into a minimalistic like arc in my life, and this is basically all the makeup that I have. And I'm really proud and happy with that. So I use her because I don't put makeup too much, and I'm not like a professional. I'm not someone that knows really how to do her makeup. So this is basically what I used for like correcting, but also contouring. You have blushes here and you have highlighter, so it's perfect for me. Someone asked me, if you had to choose, what's your all-time favorite series or movie? Movies and series, it's a bit easier, although I had to really, really think about this one. I'm gonna go nostalgic, okay? Because I love a lot of TV shows, but movies is easier for me. Movies is easier to answer. I would say my favorite movies is the Harry Potter saga series. It meant so much to me when I was younger. It is what sort of pushed me into the fantasy genre, really started my obsession with that genre altogether. I really, really love this series, and during Christmas, that's basically all the movies that I watch. I watch the Harry Potter at least once a year, and I know they're not perfect, especially if you compare them to the book. There's so many characters missing, there's so many details missing that I find really, really important. But still, if I get to choose one movie that I would watch again and again and again, and I'm sort of cheating, but it's gonna be the Harry Potter series. I received a lot of questions about my travels, and I'm sort of gonna answer them all in one shot. The first one is, what was the most memorable trip you've ever taken? Easy, Istanbul. Turkey, Istanbul was one of the most memorable trip I've ever been to, because for me it was the first time that I traveled to a country that did not speak French or English or Arabic, so it was completely out of my comfort zone and I loved every second of it. I did not film it. It was back when I did not have a YouTube channel. The people were amazing, the food was incredible, the history, the sights, everything was just, I highly recommend Turkey for anybody. Another question is, do you have any travel plans coming up? And another one sort of linked to this, next trip destination in your bucket list. So do I have any sort of trip planned for this year? Yes, but it's more of a personal one. I'm gonna go see a friend and I'm not gonna film during that time. And is there a trip on my bucket list? Yes. Oh my god, yes. I have a huge bucket list of trips that I want to take. There is Japan. Obviously, I've been dreaming to go to Japan since I was really, really young. There's Seoul, Korea. That also has been in my bucket list for the longest time, and also New Zealand. These three have been in my bucket list for a long time, since I was like a teenager. So I really want to go to these three. I don't know if I would be able to travel and do something big this year. It's still difficult to find the vacation at work, but also find the finances. I'm gonna try my best. They are in my bucket list, so I'm gonna try my best. And also linked to that, someone asked me, would I rather visit Korea or Japan first? If I'm going there, I feel like I really have to visit both. I'm gonna try to do 2 weeks. That kind of costs so much money. One of my goals to put money on the side to be able to afford that incredible trip. The next series of questions, blush still from here. The next series of questions are all linked to my YouTube channel and the way I see things for this year. And that makes me so happy to see that you guys are interested or curious about the direction that this YouTube channel is going to take. So I'm going to be as honest as possible and as transparent as I can. So first things first is, are you happy with your progress on YouTube so far? I would say that I am really, really happy. You have to know that I started this channel with basically zero knowledge. I knew nothing. It was a world that was basically completely foreign to me. I did not know anybody that was into video making. It took me a bit of time, but I learned, and since I started from scratch, I'm really, really happy with where I am on my editing. So sometimes when I sort of feel a little bit restless with my progress or where I am on this YouTube channel, I remember how far I've come, and it calms me down and it sort of gives me the perspective necessary to really be happy with where I am right now. Another question also is, what's the hardest part of being a YouTuber? To be honest, I'm not sure if I would consider myself to be a YouTuber, since I feel like to be a YouTuber, it's to be someone that lives from YouTube, and I am far from that. I don't know, you guys tell me. If we could say, as someone that does YouTube, I guess, what's the hardest thing that I've learned? Basically is that effort does not mean results. Sometimes I would spend days on a video, I would work on it so hard, and I would like make it funny and it would make me laugh, and I would show it to my friend, be like, oh my god, what do you think? And then when I would post it, it just does not give me the result that I expected, or it just doesn't do well. And at first it was a bit difficult because I did not understand why. It was a hard lesson to learn, but I did learn it, and it sort of freed me of my own expectations about YouTube. Now I'm doing things the way I want them to look. It's just, I feel like it's better for me that way. Do you regret not starting content creating earlier? At the beginning of creating YouTube and going on TikTok, yes, I did regret it. I was sort of disappointed that I did not start earlier when everybody started, because I grew up with YouTube. I know what it means to so many people, and I have this sort of nostalgia of it. So I would have loved to participate in that moment, but that was at the beginning. Now, after a lot of reflection, I am really, really happy that I did not start content creating younger, because I'm really, really happy that I lived my 20s the way that I lived them. I'm happy that they were not exposed to the world, that I had to figure out who I am as a person, my identity, my values on my own. And I'm not sure what direction my life would have taken had I shared with everybody in my 20s, and that's completely okay. It could have been positive, it could have been negative. So YouTube came to my life as a way to keep colors in my life, and I'm really happy because I feel like I'm doing it for the love of it, not because I am chasing something. And I'm not sure if it would have been with the same intent in my 20s. Another question, I guess I should have answered this first, but another question that comes back pretty often is, why did I create a YouTube channel? Why did I start content creating altogether? I sort of forgot which I just did I did blush. I'm just gonna do a little bit of highlight, a tiny bit. This question is not necessarily easy to answer, to be honest, because it has, I feel like, many layers. I wanted first to create these pages because I really felt the need for a positive representation that humanized people that looked like me. And since I was not satisfied with what I was seeing online or in the media, I sort of decided to do it myself, Thanos style.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
Another reason why I went with this is because it was during a time of my life where I was sort of still looking for my purpose, and I was feeling that slowly but surely, just as I said, I was becoming like a part of a machine. I needed something that would bring curiosity and learning into my life again. And for me, I found that YouTube and TikTok and social media in general were the way to go. Finally, I think one of the most important reasons why I created this channel is that I wanted to document my life in hopes that a lot of people will join on this adventure and see that there is much more that connects us than the contrary. I said it before and I say it again, and if you've been following me and if you see how I made this channel, you might have realized it, but I love stories. I love stories about going on adventure, finding companions along the way, and your destination being something that you did not expect altogether. It might be naive, I don't know, but I sort of wanted this YouTube channel to be the path that we're all gonna take and be together. Another incredible question is, someone asked me, do you think that trying to make it as a hijabi YouTuber is a different experience than making it as a non-hijabi YouTuber? 100% yes. I really do think that it is completely different. It obviously takes a lot of work and a lot of luck from both sides. I don't think people can just like show up and become really successful on YouTube or during their content creating journey. I'm not going to take that from anybody. However, just like in real life, I do think that it takes much more work for people who look different, for people of color to get to the same level as anybody else. And it's unfortunate, but it's simply because of people biases and their stereotype against people that look different. They tend to reduce those people. They tend to reduce me maybe as a hijabi to just what I am wearing and not be interested in getting to know me truly. That is their loss, not mine. I am really proud of my identity and who I am as a person. I worked really hard to be this confident in my identity, in who I am. And if someone does not want to be associated with me or does not want to work with me because of that, that's completely okay. I just wouldn't want these people in the first place to be in this safe space that I am building. I am not closing the door to anyone. However, I will not negotiate on who I am. I will not negotiate on my values or my identity. I think that being a hijabi actually gives me an incredible advantage. It gives me obviously a distinct identity, but more than that, it gives me the opportunity and the chance to tell stories that are still unrepresented till this day. I will make it because of who I am, not despite it. I've been talking too much and not enough makeuping was happening. A little bit of tea before we go further. This is like we're gonna start the last section of the Q&A, I think. Yeah, the last section of the Q&A. And these are like really deep questions. And I'm really happy with that because I love talking. I love having like philosophical conversations with my friends and stuff like that. So I was really happy when I received these. Why did I close this? I need the mirror. I keep forgetting that I have access to the mirror. Is there something new or different you want to try in 2026? I'm just removing things here just in case there's a lot of product because I want to do my eyebrows. I've been trying the e.l.f. brow lift. And oh my God, it's the best thing I've ever tried in my life. I had other things I tried for my eyebrows, but this is the best. Wow, I am a huge fan of this. It doesn't leave my eyebrows feeling like all stuck together. Incredible, I love it. 2026, my goal I really want to focus on YouTube and content creating in general. I want to post more often than once a week. I'm going to try my best. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it during Ramadan. Obviously, I'm probably not because I really want to take that month for myself and to sort of, focus on that month. But then after it, I'm really going to try my best to post as often as I could. Oh, you see what it did? Look like, they're so. What's something you wish you knew earlier? Whew, okay. Younger, one thing that I have loved to know is that it's okay to sort of take a step back, to take time off, to figure out where you want to go at your own pace. I sort of grew up doing all the things by the book, and I wish I would have taken a bit more time to sort of figure things out. I don't know how I would have turned out, but still, I think That's something I wish I knew earlier. If I had to give you one advice, take your time. It's okay, you have time. You might think you might not have time, but you do. Another question, how do you deal with anxiety and stress? Okay, because these two have been my companions since forever. Personally, for me, stress and anxiety go hand in hand. They always come together. And I do tend to have the really bad habit of keeping everything inside until it becomes too much. And I've been working on it forever. I do have a lot of things that I do and implement in my life to make sure that I do not arrive to that stage. And if I do, there are other mechanisms that I have in place to help myself. And while I don't think that there is one solution fits all, I do think that there are sort of general mechanisms that you can implement in your life that will help you personally. And that's maybe something for me or something for people who practice a certain faith. First thing that I do when I feel like it's starting to get too much is pray. When I pray, when I put my head on the ground, it literally feels like my chest is being emptied through my mouth. It feels like I am breathing everything out and it's like going into the ground. Another thing that I do and highly recommend for you to, that you find a safe space, because just after my prayer I tend to want to leave my place, my house, because I cannot get out of my head if I am in a closed space. It just does not work for me at all. So what I tend to do, I take the car, I drive to one park specifically in Montreal where there is water. Hearing the sound of water, of falls, disconnects me almost automatically from how I feel. I don't bring a book, I don't bring music, I don't bring anything. I try to sort of reduce all stimulus and I just focus on the moment specifically. Just me, myself, the water, nature. But when that's not enough, I do reach out to my loved ones. I do contact them and try to sort of express how I feel and get their perspective. And it helps me sort of rationalize my feelings, understand my plan of action, and take myself out of the equation. And it usually helps a lot. If it's not enough for you, which is completely fine, then I would maybe ask you to double check with an expert. A psychologist may be able to help you way more than these little sort of online advices ever will. What I'm gonna do now is a mascara. I love this mascara, by the way. It's one of the best. Bad Gal Bang is one of the best. I have it in this color only, but I'm probably gonna go buy the black one as well. If you have like brown, dark eyes, this color makes your eyes so soft. It's incredible. I love it so much. It says, do you believe content creator must speak up about social issues like Palestine, Sudan, etc., even if their content isn't geared toward that, like a cooking channel, for example? My immediate answer is yes. I truly believe that content creators should speak up on major humanitarian crises or social issues, even if their content is not like politically centered. I do think that everybody that has a platform needs to speak on social issues. And obviously that doesn't mean that the content creator or whatever need to be an expert on it and they should educate people. That's not what I'm saying. It just means to acknowledge when humanity and human rights are being openly violated. I don't think people want their favorite makeup content creator or their favorite cooking content creator to sort of educate them on the subject. But I think what they want is awareness, sharing links for fundraisers. They want to know where they stand. If you do, like in this example, cooking content, then I think you can incorporate it pretty easily, maybe by trying a recipe from these places that are seeing their human right violated, and speak about it quickly, bringing awareness, share a link for donation or how to support in your area. And obviously I understand that we live in a world where there is so much wrong happening. Unfortunately, I'm using the Makeup Forever pencil. I love it in the shade Anywhere Caffeine. And the thing is, I don't want people to feel overwhelmed. I think when it's a huge humanitarian crisis, when it's a huge human right violation, that we should all speak on it and then bring light to things maybe that are more local on, different occasions. There was way more questions that I received. I did not want this video to be too long, especially since it's the first video of the year. I want it to be a chill video where we sort of get to know each other and to make sure that you guys know what you are embarking on. But I might do a part 2 somewhere in the year later on if you guys obviously are interested. Here's the final makeup look, by the way. I don't know what you guys think. It's simple. I think it's cute. I like it. It adds a bit of color, so I'm really happy with it. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you guys. I am so thankful for once again again the 1,000 subscribers. It means a lot to me. It's not about numbers really. It just means that somewhere along the way, this little corner of internet made people feel seen, safe, or at least curious enough to want to tag along. And that's more than I ever imagined when I picked up my camera. Everything started with a hijab, a camera, and a dream, and I am so thankful that so many of you decided to trust me and to walk this path with me. I don't think I have everything figured out, and that's how I want it anyways. I want this channel to feel like going on an adventure and not knowing where the adventure is gonna lead us. Ooh, I forgot this. Oh, I was getting all emotional, but I forgot this. So yeah, if you're here, if you're still watching, I just want to say thank you. I'm really grateful to have you with me. If you like this video, then know that I post one video a week. You know what to do. You can subscribe here or follow me on my other social media. Thank you so much for being part of the 2025 journey. And I'm really happy what the next one has in store for us. Peace.